So this is something I've been working on that I've been calling out on my stuff, on my matches. You can shoot the 1 with right spin to hold you for the 5, or I can shoot the 5 with draw. But if I punch this and I don't get a smooth draw, I'm gonna pop out. I'm gonna go into the realm, pop out, and the 9 will block me. So I need another smooth stroke here now. This is 2 in a row. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I've got a great match for you here. I decided to give John the day off, but hop into this match right here and we'll check out what happened. I'm gonna be playing Rob again. So this is, I know all I do is play Robs, guys. So he's a really good shot. I say that every time, and for some reason, every time the camera's on, I end up racklessing him. And today he said something. Today he said the tide is turning, and we're gonna have to check it out, man. So I gave John the day off. Guys, if you're new here, this is gonna be an APA 8-ball match. I'm a skill level 7, he's a skill level 6, so he needs to win 4 games to my 5. And as we go through this, we're gonna break down the runouts and kind of what I was thinking and kind of how this unfolded as we go. But without further ado, let's get into it. He scratched on the break. I'll take my wins where I get them. So that means it's open no matter what he made. I gotta shoot from the kitchen. And yeah, let's see what we can do here. I haven't been able to get a ton of practice time in. My game's kind of gotten a little stagnant, which means I don't know if you guys ever have this happen, but there's just moments of glory and moments of, you know, just absolute blah. But we'll kind of see how it goes here. And I've got plenty of other excuses in my pocket should I need them. It's been a while doing this by myself. I do really like doing them with John. It does make it kind of interesting, I think, anyway. You guys let me know what you think below as to what we think about John entering the booth here with me. All right, anyways, let's get back to pool. I think, yeah, I'm going solids here because of that 9-ball, man. Because of that 9-ball. The 4-ball's a little tricky. I'm going to try and get to it right now, I believe. Yeah, the 4-ball's a little tricky because it only goes in that top right pocket. It's kind of weird calling it the top right. I did kind of switch the camera angle up just because where our team was sitting was on this side, and I didn't want to put my camera like in front of the opposing team, you know. Then it gets bumped around the whole time, and then they break it and stuff like that. No, I'm just kidding. Can I make a ball? Come on. Okay, hey, look at this, man. This is just about EFG, I think, guys. The 2-6 still needs to get figured out. And initially, I thought the 2-6 was pretty much wired, but let's kind of see if that's true. So this is okay. I'm just going to try and hold this for the 3. I think that I'm thinking the 5 can come after I figure the 2-6 out. But we got some things to figure out here, man. I'm kind of straight on this 3, yeah. So now I'm looking up here. The window between the 12-9 is kind of where I got to be to shoot the combo on the 2-6. It's kind of strange. It's stranger than I thought the moment I just looked. I think I'm just going to draw all the way back. Right. And that was not what I wanted at all. I really wanted to be between the 12-9, but I was trying to just make some magic happen. You know, if this was like a wired combo, this would be so much easier to figure out right now because I could just hit this and come down and yeah. But I've got to cut the heck out of this 6. Yeah. You know, if I hit that slower, it might have gone in. You guys know that. The side pocket shots, if you don't know, hit them slow and they'll fall in. Hit them hard and they'll bounce out like that. At least when I'm shooting them. So where's his issues here? Pretty much none. Just the 12-9 you got to figure out. Let's see if Rob can come correct today, man. His draw shot, his low ball is kind of interesting. I will say that. So he left himself an angle on this 15. Unless he wanted the 13. This is a little steep for my taste, but it's okay. Because I think I'm going to want to shoot the 13 next, because the 13 you need to be on this side of the table, so why come back down for it? But holds it just fine. This is looking okay. All right, decision time, you know. How are you going to get to this 14-9? You can play the 9, just roll up and play the 9 in this bottom left. Let's see if that's what he ends up doing with this 14 ball. Oh, he left himself an angle. So that means he wanted to come over here, which coming over here and not doing it the way I just said, then you can kind of land on the 9 or the 12. It's a little more forgiving and kind of play it from there. Let's see if he gets there. Well, color me correct, man. I did not realize he was going that direction. You know, this match was a few days ago. I don't remember every single shot, but now things are looking pretty good for old Rob here. Nice shot. Nice shot. I like definitely crossing the line on the 12 for that. And that's something I've been trying to keep in mind as far as good position. When the balls are up here, I like to always kind of cross the line and shoot towards the short rail. Because if not, things can just get weird if you really come up short. Nice shot. Yeah. We're toning it back today, guys. Just some octane black coffee. You know, me and John been having a lot of fun with these matches. Let's see if he can wrap up game one. You know, that combo got me, man. That's what it all came down to. And, man, I won't say it's the first rack he's won on my channel because he's played the Rooster before, I'm pretty sure. But, man, I swear the last few times me and him played, I always just somehow get lucky. He just misses, like, one ball in the end. And on that run out right there while he was running, I told Ron, who was sitting there, I'm like, you know, any moment now he's going to make some silly mistake that is completely unnecessary. And, yeah, well, he didn't, so we might be in trouble here, boys. Let's see, what did he make? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He made a stripe. And stripes are okay. Just don't like the opening shot. I mean, if you want a real safe opening shot, you can take the 11. But, man, that's a perfect key ball. Perfect key ball to get on the 8. Pretty perfect, anyway. Actually, you got to be kind of straight on it because you got trouble on either side if you get weird. So maybe you got to shoot this 13 ball. Full table stop shot. It'll put you in line for the 9, which will put you in line for the 10. Let's see what he's going to do here. I do not like... Wow, who's bumping the camera, man? Come on, dude. I do not like cutting the 12, I can tell you that. I don't know what he does here. But the 12, you're gonna go into the 5-9. And you don't want to move stuff, you don't have to, man. Let's I do need to wrap up what happened in cities. We'll talk about that here in a sec. I kind of want to see what he's gonna do here. It's interesting, right? Because he's really thinking about this too. He's gonna take the 12. I did not. Yeah, I don't like this, but you know, I'm wrong all the time. It's just gonna shake out to what you get out of that 9 ball. Okay, that didn't go totally south. The 9 ball's kind of in a weird spot. Now the 11 will get you there. Do you do it now? It'd be better if you had an angle on the 11 to go towards the 9. That makes that pattern a little easier. But in this way, you're just going to take a long shot on the 9 if you just stop shot it there. But the 13 is going to take you to the short rail and might bump the 9 or something weird. Let's see. Interesting. Now this for the 14. That's not a bad idea. But okay. Well, if you're going to do that, you could have got better on the 10, I think, if that was your plan. I hate this shot. But maybe he's a better shot maker than me. Oh. Pivot. Okay, so this is okay. A little sharp on the 11, guys. What do you think? A little sharp on the 11. Let's see him get down to this 9 ball, though. Easy, easy, easy. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, things just got really messed up. I thought we were going to hold it for the 9 in the bottom right. Things got a little strange. He might need to pull something out. Da-da-da-da-da. All right, guys. So, yes, anyways, while he's thinking about what he's going to do here, I don't know if he's going to try and play it safe or what. I don't think the 9 goes in either of those long pockets. Cities. We did not win cities. I really wish we would have, man, but We did not get there, unfortunately. We got to the semifinals. We were playing... The team that beat us is actually Rob's team right here. Yeah. Rob did not play in that final match, but they still beat us. Now, we were in a position where I could not play anyway because of our skill levels, which I'll put here on the screen just to give you a better idea as to what our skill levels were, because everyone's been moving up, which I love. I mean, that's why I play in the APA, because I like to teach my friends pool and teach new people the game anyway. I'm not very good at teaching high-level players, but, you know, teaching the stuff that I've learned along the way to get to where I am, that's kind of what I'm here. I'm just going to safe on this 4-ball, man. I don't really like an opening shot here. Let's just hide both of these balls, get them to kick. That's always a good way, a little tip here. Like when you have this many options on the table as far as finding a safe, it sucks I moved that 4-ball into a crappy spot regardless. Look for a ball that's already in a position that's safe, like that 4-ball was, and then just roll into it very softly, no spin. So you don't have to worry about controlling the cue ball. He was trying to hit this with some right spin and come back. Is he going to get a rail? 1 ball. He almost got a rail. All right, now we got some work to do. We've got to pick apart this 7-6-3. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it here. I think it comes down to, it's got to be the 6 or the 7 first, because, you know, they don't go without each other. I'm looking at shaping the short side of the 3. I hate that. Very easily, the position's so small over there, very easy to overroll or underroll that. Now I'm going to switch and shoot the 7. Let's see if I stick with that plan, because the 7's kind of the harder shot if I'm going to take it from the short side. So let's just like make this perfect. Shout out to On the Snap. I'm rocking his t-shirt. Very comfortable t-shirt. One of my favorite pool playing t-shirts. All right, there we go. Now for this, again, I wanted to like fall into the trap of getting on the short side of the 3. But let's say I accidentally overrolled it or underrolled it. I'm totally screwed. I don't have a bailout plan. So I'm just going to draw back and put the 3 in the same pocket. Trying to get a nice smooth stroke on that. Now the next thing I got to deal with is this the 2-ball and the 5-ball. Little tricky there because we don't want to bump the 10, and I don't know if they're going to be shot consecutively because they're kind of a strange pattern. Let's see what I end up doing here. I think I'm just going to draw back for the 4 because I'm like dead straight. I don't want to like get in some kind of weird pattern. That was not a bad stroke for once. All right. So I didn't want to like end up getting really weird on the 2 or 5, so I just said, let's start over. Now I'm going to go with some inside and get around this 8-ball. Maybe this is going to be a little bit of both. Try and get on the 2 or the 5, and if I don't, I'll have the 1, but I came up very shy on the 1. I did not want to hit that like that. I really wanted that cue ball to kind of take off. So now I'm in a long shot on the 2. I do not like this. Do not like this. Got to stroke it, and if I punch this, it goes in the side. Need a good stroke. There we go. That's a couple pretty good strokes in a row there, man. Same thing here. Same thing here. So this is something I've been working on that I've been calling out on my stuff, on my matches. You can shoot the 1 with right spin to hold you for the 5, or I can shoot the 5 with draw. But if I punch this, and I don't get a smooth draw, I'm going to pop out. I'm going to go into the rail and pop out, and the 9 will block me. So I need another smooth stroke here now. This is 2 in a row. And I got it. Whether I came under the 1 or over the 1 wasn't a huge ordeal for me. I can get up to the 8 either way. Straight would have kind of sucked, but it worked out. So that worked out. I ended up, like, I didn't want to get the 2-ball the way I did, but we figured it out. So in cities, like I was saying, I'm a skill level 7. Then we have 1, 2, 3 5s on our team. And then we have a 4 and a 3. We do have a new 3 on the team who just wasn't eligible for cities yet. That's like helping us play, who played on this night. This was after cities. Sorry, I'm calling it cities. Most people call it world qualifiers. No, come on, 2-ball. Come on, man, you're killing me. So in Tucson, where I initially started playing League, we called it cities. For maybe because, you know, there was just one league in Tucson. I don't know if they still call it cities there. Do you guys still call it cities there? Everyone calls it World Qualifiers now, but that was 10 plus years ago that we called it cities. I still like calling it cities. World Qualifiers kind of has a, I don't know, it sounds lame. So I couldn't play. So our lineup was the same every single time. It was 5-5, 5-5-5-4-3. However, Ron had to play as a 6, even though he has not been a 6 in like a year since he was a 6 on this channel. He's still not a 6 at this time, or is he? So he had to play as a 6, and that was like one little thing that kind of messed us up. So we were actually playing 6-5-5-4-3. See what he's gonna do. He's got to move. Yeah, he was trying. I'll give him credit. He was trying. Oh, is it gonna bump the combo into position? But the way that 13 ball's sitting, you can't really combo it. You can't really hit it straight anyway, or cut it. You can only cut it one direction towards the 1. And the 4 ball's blocking his 12. Well, let's see what he ends up doing here. Kinda crappy. So yeah, we were in a bit of a pickle. So Ron was playing all the big dogs. And first match, they didn't have enough people show up, which we love. That very commonly happens in cities. He's going to try for the combo. Maybe it does go. Oh, it does, you dirty dog. Nice shot, dude. Man, if that 13 ball opens up, though, he's got a very good opportunity to get out. So you got to kind of think here how you're going to get to this 12 ball. Because you got to get under it. You got to get on the right side of it from our view. You got to get to the short side. Now, this 9 ball is going to take you down that direction. But I don't know if you're going to commit to trying. Oof. All right. I'm in a good spot here because he's got some trouble. Because I don't think that 9 ball goes in the side. I don't think the 9 ball goes in the side. Man, I'm like, Rob always just freaking gives me the game, man. Now what is this? How I gotta work? I gotta try and pull some lucky rabbit out of my hat like I somehow do all the time, man. All right, I guess we're going to start up here. Yeah, I don't like the 6. It's just a weird ball. Unfortunately, I am opening things up for him. Man, again with a nice little stroke. I think I was trying to hold for the 7. I think I'm probably still going to take the 7. Oh, actually, the 6 ball... Yeah, the 6 ball is going to hit the 13 or the 1, which will open up my troubles. Just got to make it. Get a good stroke here. Oh, I missed the freaking 1 ball. You're killing me. Okay, man. Running out of options here on this deuce. Now, I believe the deuce does go to our top right pocket. So I could get on the backside of it, which would mean hitting this a little soft, but with some right spin to try and... I guess the right spin may be a little fancy, but right spin will help me kind of get in a little better line. But then I look at it and I'm like, well, if I'm going to go with the right spin, I could just break it, which is what I think I decide to do here. I think I just end up hitting this with a lot of inside and breaking it. Yeah, show me a ball. And that's what happens, you know? And that's why, A, you got to break with intention. And in that case, I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, I could have hit it better, but I was like not in a good position to like have good intention here. I'm just going to safe and leave him, try and leave him on the short rail. Leave him deep in the pocket. You know, I don't know if I even had the opportunity to like break with good intention there because I was forcing the cue ball to go that direction anyway. Yeah, I think and any time that you break, it's a little bit of a random event. The better you get, the more intention you can have and try and control some things. But that was absolutely going to be a random event, and I lost the dice roll on that. Is he bank? He's going to bank this, huh? You know, I don't hate the cross bank into the side because the 9 ball makes that pocket huge, and it's going to fix your 9 ball. You cut this all the way across. Oh, okay, 13 ball, huh? This isn't bad either, but that 9 ball, I don't think it goes, so... Okay. Nope. Oof. Oh, he hooked me from the 3-ball. Guys, come on, man. I totally forget all these shots and all this silly stuff that happened. What do we do now, man? So I don't particularly want to leave him on the long rail over there, because if I'm on the rail, it's going to leave him his trouble ball, the 9-ball. This is what I'm thinking right now. I wonder, I'm going to bank this 7-ball back. That's what I'm doing. I mean, I'm going to carom the 2-ball. Cross bank, corner, down, and then, yeah, that's totally what I was going to do. Ugh. Well, I got punished. I will say that. I got punished. I'm sure he'd rather be at the table, but now I got to make this long shot here. And, man, I never do well after slopping something in or making an amazing shot, either way. Yeah, I was trying to hit that with a little outside to come up and try and leave myself a decent shot on the 7, but I messed it up anyway. Maybe if I'd have made it, it would have worked out. All right, Rob. Opportunity knocks, brother. What are we going to do about that 9-ball, huh? You know, you could just play safe on the 9. Yeah. Oh. This is what I'm talking about, man. He makes silly mistakes and gives me an opportunity. There's not a better opportunity than this. Okay, does the 3 go on the side? And I'm taking a look at it. It sure does. It sure does. Not off the 13, just goes clean. That's going to be my easiest position. Just got to make this ball and come over. Stop shot on 3 and I'm out. And like, if I want to be at the next level, guys, if I want to get better and be a better pool player, you just can't freaking miss that shot. You can't miss that shot. Like, that's the difference. Now, the good chance, you know, good player's going to get out on you right here. Like, there's one thing, how I broke up the balls poorly, and, like, that was kind of a bad decision. This was all fine. You just need to be able to make the ball. And I didn't. So now he's got good position. Back to this. He's got good position on the 12 ball to leave himself pretty straight on the 9 with a bailout on the 13. So, like, if he hits this kind of weird and he's not good on the 9, the 13 can bail him out at least. But I don't see that happening. You got to figure out this 9-ball. Survey says. Man, I thought he'd be a little closer to the rail, make this a little easier. He's got a shot to pull off here. Does it go in the side? Oh my gosh, if it goes in the side, then I was full schooled this whole time. Oh man, nice shot, dude. Man, I didn't even think that went in the side, let alone like that. And yeah, either of these balls make really good key balls. So, man, he played this right. The tide is turning, man. The tide is turning. I don't stop shot this. I just slow roll this, I'm pretty sure. But oh, that's nice. A little roll up for straight. Ah, that's a nice shot. You can go either way. I wasn't saying what he was doing was wrong, but I just get nervous about that. Not so much that two things can go wrong. One, your stroke could not take, and then you accidentally roll forward and scratch. And two, when you're putting that much energy behind it, if you accidentally cut a ball like that, still goes in, but like your cue ball can fly. Nice out, Rob. God dang it, man. The tide, it is a turning. All right, he needs 2, I need 4. We got some work to do here. So yes, in cities, Ron was the one playing all the big speeds. And I gotta say, right before cities, he played an 8-ball, which that match will be coming out probably next. I'll probably bring John back in for that one. It's fun watching Ron's match with John. And we're gonna try and tone things down a little bit. You know, I don't have a broadcasting degree. I work in medicine. So, you know, there's a lot of things that I don't really fully get and don't have skills for, which includes stuff like this and doing like broadcasting and, you know, how you're supposed to communicate to people with a microphone and a camera. And going back over that, you know, I have a lot of fun. I think me and him have a blast. I think a lot of people like the dual commentary instead of me talking to myself like this, like a lunatic. But we talked over each other constantly, you know, and it's like, I think that's something that's got to be fixed. So, you know, little things for us to work on, you know, plenty of things to get better in this channel. Getting back to this match though, move the 8-ball a little tight. As he's running this out, the 5-ball, I feel like the 5-ball has to be your key ball. The 3-ball could too, but man, the 5-ball, if you just get a stop shot or close to a stop shot on that 5, then you have this short angle on the 8-ball. But it's going to be tricky to make the 3-ball before the 5, so I don't know if that's really, if that option's really on the table here. I do not like the 2 to the 8. I can tell you that right now. So if you're going to bail and not shoot the deuce, you shoot the 5 and come out for the deuce and leave the 3. I do not go 5, 3, 2 on this. Okay, let's see. Yeah, his draw stroke's just a little, like a little pokey. And it's not, you know, what, how like really good players, the way they stroke draw and the way I try to. Sometimes I had a couple good draw shots in this one so far, but he is very good. What I was going to say, he's very good at doing what he does. So that's all that really matters. And now he's got to get down under the 2 to put it in the side. It's got to go, it's got to go, it's got to go, it's got to go, it's got to go. Oh, he came up short. That would have really worked if he crossed this line, if he had rolled half a rotation more, because he could have stunned down back to that same side. Still a way harder shot than using the 5 or the 3, but you could cross bank the 2 right now and stun it, maybe. Let's see what he ends up doing here. You could go with right spin and try and get around the 11. Okay, he's just gonna hold it. I guess maybe he sees a bank or something. He does, he's, you know, he's a banker. He's a bar player, you know what I mean? Me and my guys, you know, we think we're too professional to bank. Not saying it's unprofessional by any means, but man, I don't even know if I had enough spin to get down to the corner. Maybe, maybe not. But I still have issues with the 15-10, and we got to figure that out, guys. We got to figure that out. So now step into the table. We do have a duck down here in the bottom right, which is really nice. If I needed to start off with it right now, I probably would. But that's really nice as you go through this. It's nice having that safety net that you can always fall back on. Did I give myself the angle on this 14? I think I did. This is very similar to the pattern play shot where this cue ball is gonna run. I think I'm gonna put some top on it to make sure it gets to the long rail, but it's gonna run down the long rail. Take a stab at it. Yep. Missed it. All right. But that's okay. Kind of the same situation here. Very similar shot, but instead of hitting this with natural or top to come down our side of the long rail, instead I'm gonna hit it with bottom or stun and right spin. Probably a little more stun. Let's see how low I hit this. Yeah, it looks like stun and, sorry, left spin. And see if I can hit the 10-15 this time. Got it this time. All right, please, God. So, again, crashing into stuff. There's a very good chance I could have left myself with nothing there and I'd be trying to find a safe. But there's a good chance since if I hit it pretty full that the 14 ball was going to be there. I will say that. And I was thinking on that shot right there that I was going to be straighter on the 14. And the moment I hit it like that, I was like, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, you're a freaking idiot. That's a terrible angle on the 14. So now I'm going to try and clean up the 14 ball angle and I want to run past it. Like I was saying earlier, I don't like to be under these shots that go in the corner. I like to go towards the short rail, not towards the table. And this is good. Now we're going to come around. I'm going to try and get around the 8 ball. Just don't let the 8 ball block you. As long as I get past the 8 ball, I'm fine. I'm stroking pretty well, which is pretty nice. Now, this was a couple days after Cities where I had to just sit and watch my team play. And watching them play, not being able to play. And anytime you're watching, I'm not saying that I had to stun there because it was pretty gosh darn straight and it worked out. Hey, cheers for me. Look, I figured something out. Still freaking like a bull in a china shop trying to break into everything, but it worked out. It worked out. Now, with Cities, like I was saying, when you're watching these high-level tournaments, let me know what you guys think about this. And I'm not trying to rag on my team at all. break is doing okay. I still have not switched to the second ball break, but I was practicing it yesterday because Ron made a pretty convincing argument about it. And I was actually doing all right with it. So that might be something you see in the future. But looks like I made a solid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 stripes and a solid. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, one of each. Could go either way here. The 7 ball does go in the bottom side. So, yeah. So that being said, the 13 ball sucks. I think I'm going to go with solids, but do I have a good opener on solids? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I have to be solids. I'm sorry, guys. I have to be solids. I have to be solids. So, you know, whatever, guys. I try and cut the 2 here because, I don't know, I'm feeling offensive. I just had a really nice run out. And I just completely whiffed the ball because I suck. Gosh. Oh, man, that's so stupid. So many other things. I wonder if, you know, the 7, I don't know. I could have found a safe or something there. I was kind of like, I felt like I was taking too long, and I got a little impatient with myself and just decided to fire. But now he's got stripes with a freaking ball in hand, so we've already seen him run something. He just ran the last table all the way out to the 8, so. And this one, you got to kind of figure out the 8 ball and the 14-11. The 9 ball kind of ties you possibly to the 14 ball shape. I feel like he was trying to roll forward for the 12 there and he didn't get it. Little pokey on the stroke maybe. So in cities, what I was going to say was, you guys tell me, and I'm not trying to rag on my team at all, but when you're watching people that are lower skill level than you, let's just call it like that, like you're a 5 and, you know, it all comes down to your 2. He's going to cut this anyway. And it all comes down to your 2, like winning the whole thing, and you're watching them play and you're like, they like miss a shot that you feel like you could have made, whether it's straight or in or something like that. And it just like, and it just like makes you want to play so well. You're like, man, I would have been so capable of running this out, you know? And it's like, I mean, that's APA, right? So like, of course, if you could have 5 7s play, you know, you could run everything out. But I mean, that's the nature of it, right? It's going to come down to your lower skill levels coming to bat, and they are way more valuable than all of the higher end players on your team that are kind of a risk. Start with this. This is the same shot I missed earlier almost. Can I make this? Oh, I put right spin on this because I thought I could clear the side pocket, guys. I forgot. I thought I could freaking clear the right pocket with this. I should have just hit it straight and no right spin and just committed that I was not going to try and get across the right side of the pocket. I was thinking I'd get around the right side of the pocket and then maybe come down here for the 3 and then the 7, but okay. But my point is I watched my team play an entire day of matches because we got to the semifinals, and like come Tuesday, I was like, I'm playing freaking Tuesday, man. I'll tell you that right now. That's interesting. He hit that straight. So he was crossing the line to kind of come up on this 9 ball, which was a little dicey. He kind of got there. He might take the 11 instead. I like the 9 in the side because it really gets you a good position on this weird 15 ball. Let's see if that 14 ball goes. He's in pretty good position here. Let's see if the 14 goes. Then you can maybe do the, yeah, and the 10 ball's your key ball. Shoot, man, is he out? Is he out? Nice shot. Oh, he rolled. He rolled a little far. He rolled a little far. Man, if you just control that, you go 9, 15, just come out for the 10. Dunzo. He's in a weird spot now. Now he's going to say the cue ball's going to fly. He's going to the 8. He's got to hold this. Yeah, see, that's kind of like that. Oh, man, nice shot, dude. Nice shot. It's in a weird spot now. You can't see the 15. So you're going to take the 9 down, but you're going to go towards the 6. Right? So maybe a little top spin. Maybe you'll bump off the 6 and straighten out for the 15. He did not bump off the 6. He's taking a long shot on the 15. This is one, if it goes in the side, then you got to hit it so freaking soft, man. Like I said earlier, you want to hit those kind of really touchy side pocket shots. You want to hit them soft. You can't really fire at this so that you come back across. So you take it in the corner, in the bottom left corner, you can hit this a little firmer and come all the way out. Maybe get a good eye on this 8-ball and freaking get out on me right here. It looks like he's looking at the line for the side pocket. Is he going to prove me wrong and fire this in there? Sure did. Maybe it wasn't as thin of a cut as I thought, or maybe he's just that good. That was a really nice shot. Man, he comes out a little bit more and he's looking perfect. He's looking pretty perfect. So, but now he's got a sharp cut. And I don't think the scratch is on here because you're going to hit the 2-ball with the cue ball. That's how thin this 8-ball is. Your 2-ball is going to get you off the track of the scratch, so you're fine. Let's see here. Let's see. I don't know how much I try and stroke this. He is. It looks like he's putting some bottom on it. Nice shot. Nice shot. Man, nice out, dude. Take and run, I believe. Take and run. No, because I freaking shot at that 2-ball. Was that the 2-ball rack? Man, loser. Loser. Okay, he's on the hill, man. I got to win 3. Oh, man. I told Ron, I'm like, man, remember those mistakes he used to make? He ain't making them now. Hot dog. So anyways, this was a couple days after City's End. Watching my team play. And I'm not saying anyone played poorly at all, but it's just like I'm just itching to play. Because I'm like, man, you could have got out there. You could have got out there. You know, things like that. But I will say this. And chime in below if this is what happened to you in World Qualifiers. Okay, let me know your story. I said this from the get-go. Little opener combo. It was pretty straight. I was always gonna have the 13. The 10 ball's my weird kind of position here. I think I'm gonna hold this for the 15 though, probably. Or the 13. Oof. Kinda neither. 13 ball's okay, I guess, but we gotta figure out this 10 ball. I was just saying a second ago, the most valuable players are the skill level 3s and 2s, but there's just far less 2s. I mean, I don't think we had any in our cities. Maybe that's just, you know, our league dependent on that. Oh, and I came over for the 10. That's right. I was trying to thread this little tiny window, and man, after hitting that shot, I felt freaking unstoppable. Now the run out, so I just keep jumping back and forth. Now the run out runs itself. As long as I get straight and get in a hold position on this 13 to just roll forward for the 9, 15, done. The only tricky spot's going to be the 15 to the 8, which it could go awry, but I got to make some balls here. Let's see. Let's see if we can just have him not break out the 2-1-6 and not even shoot here. That would be fantastic. Okay, so here's a trap right here if you ask me. Stop shotting. That's my line. I just drew the line for the 15. I need to draw back a little bit. I don't want this sharp of a cut on the 15. I just told you guys I do not like being under these balls that go in the corner. Okay, I drew back a little bit, like half a rotation, whatever. So now I've got some options here. I could really try and hold it and get between the 7, but I think I'm gonna go around the 7 and shoot the 8 in the same pocket, or between the 7, 8, one or the other. Yeah, there we go. Shoot the 8 in the same pocket, but not exactly. I kind of got lucky there. So easy to bump one of those balls and it's done. And this ball is so missable. So missable. I can't tell you. I feel like I miss it more often than I don't in a competition. But hey, man, he was bringing out my best. He always brings out my best game. That's a take and run. Let's go, man. All right, I need 2. He needs 1. If I keep that up, I'll have a chance at this, man. But like I was saying, the 3s become your most valuable players because made a solid. I'll take it. They're gonna make me. 3 becomes your most valuable player because made a stripe too. I just had to say that. So let's see what I end up choosing here. Because threes can rackless so much easier. It's only one game and they've already scored a point, 2 games, and it's 3-0 if they get 2 in a row. Like, that's huge. Very hard for a 6 or a 7 to run 5 racks against a 0 and put up 3 points. Very hard. They're going to score 2 or they're going to score 0. It's also very hard to win 4 and not freaking win. And that's why you can't fire side pocket shots hard. Ugh, that sucks. That is a motivation killer right there. I don't know why I fired at that so hard. Sorry, I'm jumping back and forth here, guys, and not paying enough attention to every single shot I take, but if I do that, it just gets boring. But yeah, and R3, you know, something happens in tournaments, and I bet you guys have had this happen before too. R3, he turned a corner going into this. Like, the week before this, R3 played like the best he's ever played as a 3, and Ron played the best he's ever played as a 5 in a long time anyway. And he's going to take solid. No, he's not. It's still open. That's a good time for me to have a sidebar while me and him dick around here and mess everything up. But Ron went into it playing like some of the best pool he has played in a long time. And R3, Tim, went into it playing some of the best pool he's played in a long time. And we went into it, and those guys kept it up, man. Tim rackless a couple times. He beat a 4 rackless, which was huge, like straight up. When he gets out in like 5 or 6 innings on the first game, and now he's on the hill and the 4 has to win 3 straight, man, you talk about like mental absolute domination. He rackless once or twice, and then when we went into the semifinals against this team, he was, what it came down to was, and I called this from the get-go, this team was the strongest team, I believe, in the tournament. And I'm going to go with solids. Oh, I was trying to get this 6-ball window. Did not get it. After getting that 10-ball window perfectly, man, I just thought I was, you know, getting a little overconfident in some of my shapes here. But yeah, now I got to fire at this, and I think, I'm going to hit this with top, probably to, I can either have the 4 after this or the 4. I was going to say, or the 7, depending if I can come across it. So now the 4 ball might be able to get me over to the 6-2, like a stun shot. I need to get a line between the 14-15. Okay, maybe this can get me up there. I think I need to go full top and end of the short rail with a little spin. And I rolled right through it again. And now I'm kind of in no man's land. And now, yeah, I'm trying to just go full steam because I just had a really nice run out and I don't want to like bail because I'm an idiot and I don't know how to play this game well. I think the shot here is to safe behind the 13-8 by using the 4 ball. But I shoot the 7 and try and go 2 rails to get back up for the 6 again. And I missed the shot and I overrolled the shape. But I said from the get-go, the interesting thing about cities, and I told my whole team this, is that it's going to come down to R3 at the very end. I guarantee it. I said, I guarantee it, man. It's going to come down. And that's, you know, that's like the wacky and the fun part about like APA 23 format teams, like the 8-ball and 9-ball teams, is because the 3s are so valuable. And like the weight of your game is going to come down to possibly what could be considered the lowest skill level on your team. Is he going to save here? Is this what's going on? Still thinking about it. He's going to draw, it looks like. No, top. Man, he's a little indecisive. Okay, he's going to save. No rail, brother. Damn. So he kind of changed his mind. I do that sometimes. Like I have a plan, and then when I'm down, I change because I want the cue ball to do something specific, but then I forget about where it was going in the first place and what was going to happen to the 14. I bet initially he was imagining the 14 was going to hit the rail, but when he made a little adjustment, that's just my guess. When he made a little adjustment, maybe it changed things. I'm going to just shoot this 6-ball now. Hey, look, I got my 6-ball shape, guys, that I've been trying for this whole freaking time. But the 3 oftentimes is what's going to freaking make or break your team. And for some people, So how are you going to get out of this, by the way? I was going to draw, and then I said, no, I'm just going to punch it forward and try and go between the 12, 11. I either have the 7 or the 4 after this. But I just need to get the cue ball out of there and not touch any of these balls. Yeah. That worked. The only problem is the 8 ball. It does not go in our top left pocket. That's what I'm looking at right now, because I did not realize that till right now. Idiot. Man. Someone teach me how to play 8 ball. So, and some people, when it comes down to the 3, look, I'm seeing if I can get to the short side of the 8, which means I got to get kind of straight on the 4 ball. And I'm looking at the line on the 4 ball. So I'm just going to try and get kind of straight on it. If I get dead straight, I'm screwed. But kind of straight, and I have a chance to go off of one of those rails to get to it. Some people, when it comes down to the 3, and, you know, say their 3 is the one that lost that time. It's like the higher skill levels, the 5, 6, 7s, will be like, man, I just want to play in a league where it comes down to real skill, and like shouldn't come down to like my buddy who just started playing 6 months ago to take our team, you know, and it can be demoralizing. And I think that's sometimes what people fall into. Let me know if you're one of those. I've been in that mind state myself, but I just remind myself that the goofiness is what makes it fun. Okay, yeah, I needed to come over a little more. Man, I did not get there. Did not get there. So now what do we do here? I was thinking, because clearly I think I'm a lot better than I am right now. I will say I'm stroking all right for the most part. I'm stroking better than I was playing in my last match that I had on here. The last 2 matches I played, honestly, right before Cities. I'm going to try and have it hit the 12 and then roll forward. And I'm going to hit this with draw so that it puts forward on the 8 ball, though that doesn't always work. Yeah, that was never going to work like that. Yeah, disappointing. I got a little lucky with my leave, though. He could safe. I wonder if the best safe is to hit this 12 ball and draw behind the 13, though that is very sticky to do. It's very touchy. You overroll it a little bit and you give me the game. Yeah, he's kind of in a weird spot here. 13 could go in the side, and with enough draw, you might stay behind the 10. Maybe. But in the last match, they kind of played strategically, which they do all the time. Ryan, you bastard. And they put kind of like a mid-range on Ron, and they put like their best player that was playing for his skill level. We missed and left me the 8 ball. What a guy. And he put the best player on like the step below Ron for us, which is a 5, which is Tony, and put Tony in a spot. He's playing a guy. That guy has been a 6 in our league for the last session, but for whatever reason was a 5 in Cities. I filed a formal complaint. I'm just kidding. Just about, though. I filed, I wrote a bill, and how does a bill become a right? I took it to Congress. We talked about a lot of things, but he's still a 5, so whatever. And Ron had to play as a 6, even though he hadn't been a 6 in like a year and a half. Anyways. And unfortunately, that dude was just on and beat Tony. And then Ron almost went rackless, but didn't. He was playing very well. And it came down to our 3 playing their 4. And whoever won. So it was the very last match. Man, the excitement. I was just pacing back and forth. So I'm worried about cutting this. And I just got in my head, man. I just put the 8 on a pedestal, man. And I tell you guys all the time, don't do that. And for some reason I did. And I was just worried about the scratch. I was worried about going off the 11 and scratching. And I don't like cutting in the corner, I'll tell you that. But then I put it on a pedestal and, I hit it like that. So, if I would have hit it thinner, then I would have hit the 11 ball fuller. So there's a chance my cue ball could have come towards a pocket. So I don't know. That's what I tell myself anyway. Man, that sucked. I need to try and get to the hill here. The 15 ball does go in the side for him. So for this, with the 8 ball where it is, yeah, there you go. That's a good shot. That's a smart shot. Unfortunately, tied some of his stuff up, but where the 8 ball is, you just leave me up here. So even if those balls didn't block it, if the cue ball's up here, which I brought up in one of my past pattern play videos, if a ball like this is past the side pocket, man, It's like so hard to make because if you cut it in the side, your cue ball goes around the table and scratches, usually in this top left. And then if you try and cut it in the corner, you have to put a bunch of crap on it to try and get it to not scratch in the side. It's just a very, very tricky spot. It's my favorite spot to leave someone when their ball's like this. Anyways, he did block it, so I'm kicking. And I felt like I could really see this kick going in the bottom right corner. Felt like I really could. Unfortunately, rail. Oh, barely. I didn't hit it. And now my 8-ball's in a terrible spot. He can pretty much leave me wherever he wants. Doesn't matter. He has, just don't leave me down there, basically. Just leave me anywhere up here. And he's got most of his work's up here, so he should be fine. Make this one, though. Nice shot. Yeah, so that would have been perfect. Got a little bit of a breakout, which is nice. Nice shot. But it came down to R3, who was playing really good. Playing a 4, who he'd beaten before. And not this guy. He hadn't beaten this guy before, but he beat a 4 before. And this 4, Marty, shout out, man. He's a strong 4. He knows what to do as a 4, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying that because like he's always going to be a 4 or something like that. But when, you're limited in like left and right spin and specific safeties that, very hard to pull off, you know how to kind of like mitigate it and play things correctly, which he does. But Tim had to play him, and so Tim's racing a 2, he's racing a 3, and Tim freaking wins the first game in like 3 or 4 innings. Like, man, I'm like losing my ish. All right, this is a pretty safe shot. I try and roll it. I don't stop the cue ball there. I try and bring it as far as I can back to that other side. See, so he kind of went with a stop shot. So that's going to leave me a little bit of a cut. I don't think I'm good enough to make this, but it would have been nice to kind of bring it back. So just like the further the cue ball goes back this way, the tougher it's going to be for me. But I wish he would have just not hit a rail. So that would have been a pretty easy shot. But I'm still in that zone thinking I'm Justin Bergman. So I'm going to cut this in. There's probably a safe here, but I can't roll up because I sell the 14. I can't sit down there because he's going to have a shot on something. So I'm just going to go for it, hope for the best, and I freaking overcut it. Man, that would have been highlight. All right, now I left him long. So again, same situation. End game 8-ball, guys. Identify where it's safe on the table. And it's safe like within the first diamond along that long rail. That's where it's safe. So like no matter what you do, I don't care if you don't need to make a ball. Like slow roll this 14 ball in and just keep the cue ball over there. He's putting draw on it. On something. On the 14. Gave me the game. I get lucky every now and then. I just had to miss an 8-ball 4 times. All right, guys, Hill, let's go, man. Let's see how this is going to shake out, guys. Nice little match here. I've been playing all right. So apart from some of those 8-balls right there, that was a little embarrassing. Man, it would have been nice to kick that 8-ball in right there. And I broke dry, and the solids are looking pretty good. They're looking pretty good. 11 balls, kind of strange. Since I'm going to be stripes now. Okay. So it came down to, R3 playing the 4, and nice shot. Oh man, it overrolled all of them. All right, 5 goes in the side, maybe? If it does, you should be all right. So like the 2 is a good key ball, so how can you save it? Oh, we still have the 1. He's still got some other stuff to do. Nice shot. I have trouble with those shots, man, but these players like him, good like bar players. I don't know if that's offensive to call it that, but just like who, just good at making shots and shape balls later. Man, I have no problem with that. He does not get shook when he gets out of shape a little bit like I do. So Tim wins. Man, this is looking pretty good here. Now the 6 ball's weird. 6 ball's going to be your key ball now, which kind of sucks. So Tim wins the first one pretty handily. And then in the last one, there's like 3 or 4 balls left, and he has ball in hand, and I call timeout. And because that's pretty much all I can do. Man, he's looking pretty good here. And I tell him to do this shot that, like, in hindsight, immediately afterwards, I come back, and Ron and Tony are both like, you didn't like the straight line safety? Man, if I'd have seen the straight line safety, that'd have been totally different. But it didn't work out that well. Then, as a 3, like, it didn't work out. He did not have a great shot. Oh, he left me an opportunity. He had a good angle on this 6 ball, too. He would have came over for the 8. All right, man. Let's see what I can do here. I got to get to this 11 ball. I'm not taking it right now, I don't think. That's a little crazy. That's just how you throw the rack away. Because now this 2 is going to go anywhere, pretty much anywhere on the table. But as a 3, he lost his shape on what our plan was. He didn't have a good shot on anything apart from like something crazy, and he just played a perfect safe. Hit Marty really well, and then Marty made a full table kick shot, almost scratched, but he made the ball and got out, and then he won the next 2 in a row. But I will say on the last game, Hill. I'm trying to hold it for the 11, and what do? I freaking bump the 11 ball out, man. I needed a better draw stroke on that, or I needed to accept that was never going to happen. I don't know if I could have drawn over for that or not. But Tim had a cut 8-ball shot that it's a very missable cut for me, for you, for anyone. It was not an easy 8-ball shot, and he hit it, and it freaking rattled by like a hair. And I think I almost had a heart attack. I knew this 11 ball wasn't going to go in, but I was going to cause some distance and hopefully block the 8 from going in that pocket. So now we're getting down to the wire here. So now he's pretty much got to go 6 to the 8. So now, man, there's a couple ways to do this. We'll see what he does. I don't want to clog up our... get everything too crazy, but I don't think I want to put the 6 in the top side, which is the natural shape. I think I want to get this cue ball somewhere else to put the 6 somewhere else. But okay, so he's gonna set off to shoot the 6 in that side, and going rail first, your cue ball was gonna run north, which was gonna take you to the wrong side of the 6. I think I would hit that straight on to at least stay on the right side of the 6, possibly, so that you're going the right direction. But Tim freaking rattled this 8-ball, and I like, it's all I could see in my head for the next couple of days. And I'm not putting it heavy on Tim. It's just like that's what it all came down to by this, and then Marty just made it. And heartbreak, man. And then they went to the finals, and they lost to a team that we beat earlier. Actually, we beat them by points earlier, but they won 3 out of the 5 matches. One of those weird situations. Oh, he missed. Man, he missed. Look, he is perfectly fine settling for a bank on the 8. I'm assuming he was going to bank this in our bottom right pocket. Anyway, he's pretty good at banking, so that's fine. Okay. Right now, what I'm worried about is getting the 10 ball out of there. The 10 ball combos the 11. So let's just kind of give myself a nice long. Don't accidentally get hooked by the 6. That's why I rolled forward. Stay straightish, and then I got straight on the 9, and these balls in the center of the table can end up being tricky in the end. I talk about that all the time, so I just took the 9 ball out of the way and tried to keep the same shape that I had. I like the shape I had. Just get that out of the way. Now make the 14 is going to shape the 12. Just don't tie up the 10 ball on the 8. Like I said earlier, man, if you want to be a better player, if I think I'm a better player, if I want to get better, if I want to like hit that next kind of level, you just can't miss shots like that. And I felt like I wasn't for a while, but you can't just miss shot like that. That's not a shot that's like, you're not allowed to accept missing that shot. I don't know what to say. I'm not trying to say like, I don't know, I should never miss that ball, but I mean, I shouldn't. Like if I'm as good as I think I am, that's such a nice shot. I didn't think there was any way he was going to get decent on this 8-ball at all. That was a really nice shot. Sorry, I'm complaining and crying over here about my own malarkey. He's got to make this because I ain't going to miss another shot. He's got to make this. He's going for the cut. The bank's pretty much dead on. He's going for the cut. That's safe. Cheers, Rob. The tide freaking turned, man. The tide freaking turned. He played very well. And like I said, he always plays pretty well. Like, again, I'm hypercritical of everyone. I try to be just as hypercritical about myself and trying to play a certain way. But, you know, there's a couple things at his stroke that like I try and focus on that I think could be better. One way or the other, it's fine. But he's very good at his game, and I watch him do this to people all the freaking time. And then when he plays me, he just makes little silly mistakes at the end, and I end up winning 5-0 every time. So I'm very glad he got the win, man. He's a good freaking shot, and maybe next time we'll race even, and we'll have to go 5-5. Good shooting, man. Yeah, till next time. We'll get John back in the booth, but you guys, if you're still here, thanks for watching this whole thing. Let me know what you think about the solo versus dual commentary. Very curious. I'm trying to feel things out. Probably switch back and forth regardless either way. My plan is to have matches come out on Fridays and pattern play videos come out on Tuesday. Always looking for new ideas for pattern play and things like that. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here. Till next time, guys. Keep shooting.